Are you wondering why you're having trouble losing weight or gaining weight and what your diet has to do with it? Today I'm going to break down calories, calories in, calories out, and how you can get the most effectiveness. What's up, everyone? I'm Patrick Hawk, a certified strength and conditioning coach and Driveline certified baseball coach with over 10 years of experience. I help athletes of all abilities train with purpose by designing programs that meet you where you are, bring every aspect of training together, and develop the skills you need for excellence to compete at the next level. Today we're talking about calories, and the calorie game, the diet game, is basically a math problem. All right? So, calories in versus out. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. All right, that's going to be the crux of everything we talk about today. So if I eat 3,500 calories more than I burn in a day, I'm going to gain a pound today. All right, not recommended. So when we're trying to get into a program, whether we're cutting or we're trying to gain, we need to use these numbers to our advantage. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is somebody who wants to lose 10 pounds. Okay, if I want to lose 10 pounds, first thing we're going to start with is what is your metabolic rate, basal metabolic rate. All right, that's going to take into account how much you weigh, your muscle mass, etc. So to keep things simple, we're going to choose somebody with 2,000 calorie metabolic rate. What that means is they're going to be burning 2,000 calories a day just waking up, going downstairs, watching TV, going back to bed. Pretty much very little movement. Okay? So we're going to add 500 calories and get them to a 2,500 calorie total for the day. And as you can see now, we're getting some space in between what we're eating and what we are burning. We're going to burn more than we take in, which brings us here to the diet. Okay, so most of the time I start with exactly whatever your metabolic rate is. That's what I'm going to suggest to a client who's trying to lose weight. Let's see exactly where they're at and what an actual day feels like. Okay, from there, then we want to create a little bit of a deficit. If I'm supposed to be eating 2,000 calories, can I take it down to 1,500? Okay, what that will give us now is a deficit of 1,000 calories. Okay, if we do that for 7 days in a row, 7,000 calories or 2 pounds. Okay, I do this for 5 weeks and I lost my 10 pounds. All right, pretty straightforward. Second part of that equation then becomes the quality of our ingredients. Okay, so now we want to look at the quality and the breakdown. Okay, the biggest thing is going to be protein. All right, we want to aim for about 30% of our diet coming from protein. Protein is going to do two things for us. Number one, it's going to be the building block for building muscles, helping us build strength. And number two, it's going to make us feel full. Okay, protein is a bit more dense. It's going to fit. It's going to feel good. It's going to make you feel full after you eat, so that you're not as tempted to do that snacking in between meals as you otherwise would. Okay. Then we're going to look at our carbs. Okay. We want to look at complex versus simple. Okay. Simple being sugars, stuff that's going to taste good and burn and not stay in our stomach very long, not keep us feeling full. So we want to try and have more complex. And fat, we need to have at least 20%. Okay. And the quality, we want to look for unsaturated fat. That's more from nuts, from fish, that sort of thing, to help us, again, feel full and keep those metabolic processes, keep the body functions going that we need. So 20% is going to be essential for what our body needs to continue to function. Now, let's take a look at the flip side, okay? What if we want to gain 10 pounds? All right, so we're looking to gain 10 pounds. That's typically going to be somebody who's an athlete, you're playing sports, you're already active, so we need to take that stuff into account, okay? We're going to start with the same 2,000 calories that we had before, okay? We don't need to worry about adding on any calories necessarily or adding calorie burn because we're already doing that, right? We've got our weight room, we got our speed agility work, and then we got our skill work or practice that we have going on. So on a daily basis, an athlete, depending on your sport, you're going to be burning almost or upwards of 1,500 calories. So we're going to go 1,500, keep the math simple. Okay, we're at 3,500 calories per day burning as an athlete. So as you can see, that's a lot of ground to cover from what we wake up and just burn and to what we're burning throughout the day. So we need to add another 2,000 calories. That gets us to 4,000 calories. Okay, now we're in a surplus of 500 calories. All right, so that 500 times 7 days, 7 days a week, equals 3,500, which would be 1 pound a week. And you do this for 10 weeks consistently to gain that 10 pounds. All right. Same thing we talked about earlier, quality. Okay. Protein is going to be north of 30%. Now, there is a limit to how much protein your body can synthesize per day. So we're going to dive into this number, get you more of a complete number based on your weight and your activity level and see how much we can saturate your body with protein. But we need to get plenty of protein in, and the timing is going to be important. So post-workout, okay, at night, so you don't catabolize as you're sleeping. Body's breaking down itself. We want to be building muscles when we're sleeping. Okay, the carbs are going to be super important. Carbs are where it's going to be your fuel. Okay, you got to keep going through your weight room, your skill work. The carbs are going to be what fuels you. And again, we want complex. And then finally, the fat. Here, we're going to get greater than the 25% range. So we want our fat up above 25%, so we can use it as a fuel source, but also so it can help put on weight. Whether you're trying to gain weight, get bigger, stronger, faster, or you're trying to lose weight, get leaner, get tighter, have your clothes fit better, we're going to need to break down your calorie intake. We're going to need to break down what quality of calories that you're intaking and find the math equation that works best for you. So if you have questions about this or you want to get something set up yourself, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll break down your macros for you. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.